Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, if you're in afternoon class. We have done some great work this week. We have been really proud of everything you're doing, particularly getting this rhythm down as a writer. So, we've done some general opening paragraphs, and today we're going to talk more specifically about how to write an opening that is intentional, that sucks in your reader, that has more of a purpose than just your claim. Your claim has to be there, but you also want your reader to care about what you're writing about. So this paragraph, this lesson is about how to suck them in a little bit. We are going to start with two examples of opening paragraphs, and we're going to talk a little bit about the strategies that were used in them. So when you're reading this and when you're listening to me talk, I want you to think about going from big to small. So you start out in the big world. If you're an essay writer, you often try to make a universal statement about life and then transition into the text. And you start big and you get smaller. So I have two versions here of how to do that. We're going to look at version 1 now, and I'm going to read it as you read along. It is tough to make decisions that go against your family's values. And Everything Will Be Okay by James Howerton, he explains how he broke from family traditions when he was an adolescent. This led the reader to the theme that standing up for your values is hard to do when others feel differently than you. So we started here with a big comment that everyone can relate to. And then we got down to our thesis that we have already come up with before. Thesis and a claim are the same thing. And we got into the details of the story in the middle. So this is a shorter opening. That's fine, but notice we went from big to specific. Down here in version 2, we are doing the same idea. We're just doing it in a different way. We're going from big to small. So I'm going to read it, you read along. Sometimes while reading a story, we learn how to make difficult decisions. And Everything Will Be Okay, we see that when our opinion is different than our family's values, admitting that to ourselves is actually a good feeling. James wrestled with his differences while saving a cat, eating venison, and taking his sick cat to the vet's office. This led the reader to the theme that standing up for your values is hard to do when others feel differently than you. Notice I've got the same theme. I haven't changed my theme statement, claim, as I did up here. This one is a little more complicated and a little more nuanced, which is good. You should challenge yourself. Notice I have a big statement about the world and reading. Then I dive into the story, details from the story. And in this sentence, I've outlined the idea of what each of my paragraphs are going to do. The first paragraph is going to talk about how he felt about saving the cat. The next body paragraph, the second body paragraph, is going to talk about what he feels while he's eating the deer. And then the last one is going to be about what happens at the vet when they go to euthanize the cat. So we've got two examples here, a sophisticated one and a more sophisticated one. And what I want you to do now is I want you to create a document in your theme essay folder, and I want you to write two different openings. You can keep your theme the same or your thesis the same in both of them. But this part, I want you to try out two different styles of openings that introduce your reader to what you're trying to say and make your reader interested in your story. So if you can go do that now, that would be great. And I have emailed this example to you so that you don't have to watch the video to read it. So check your email if you want to have this in front of you. Thanks.